Hello, friends. This is Pastor Patrick, and I'm just taking a moment this afternoon to take in the beauty of this day, to see all the green, to hear the life chirping and singing and giving praise to God. How much you see when you pause to breathe and to take in what's around you. There is a lot of beauty to behold in nature. I wanted to share with you this afternoon just a few things. And among them is just a reminder that in the midst of all that we're dealing with, it's important to make sure that we're pausing to reflect on what's going on. Also, in addition to what's going on around us, but to reflect also what's going on inside of us. I'm always taken back to Psalm 46 as a reminder to pause and to slow down. That's why I started my video with just letting you hear the sounds that I hear out here in my front yard in this moment of pause in my day, hearing the life-giving praise to God. And I am reminded when I see that peace and things doing as they are supposed to in God's world, how perhaps my own heart and life is itself unsettled because of things that are going on in this time. And so I always lean back on these words of Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, a help always near in times of great trouble. That is why we will not be afraid when the world falls apart, when the mountains crumble into the center of the sea, when its waters roar and rage, when the mountains shake because of its surging waves. There is a river whose streams gladden God's city, the holiest dwelling of the Most High. God is in that city. It will never crumble. God will help it when morning dawns. Nations roar, kingdoms crumble. God utters his voice, the earth melts. The Lord of heavenly forces is with us. The God of Jacob is our place of safety. Come, see the Lord's deeds, what devastation he has imposed upon the earth, bringing wars to an end in every corner of the world, breaking the bow and shattering the spear, burning chariots with fire. That's enough. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among all the nations. I am exalted throughout the world. The Lord of heavenly forces is with us. The God of Jacob is our place of safety. Psalm 46 is this remarkable reminder of God as a refuge and strength to us in times of despair and trouble and uncertainty. And I offer that to you because often it's rare when we find ourselves despairing and in doubt that we remember and take stock of what's around us. Again, beauty, growth, new life, the sounds, the songs of life that give praise to God. That God is indeed a place where we might hide ourselves so that we can be refined and shaped in the image of Christ. God is the one who we can look upon and see peace being brought into the world and goodness being enacted in behalf of those whose lives are filled with injustice. I find it remarkable at near the end of the psalm where it says, look at what God has done, what destruction God has wrought upon the earth. God has brought an end to war. God has burned and destroyed the tools of war. It's an interesting way to think about it, isn't it? Look at what God has done. The destruction God has brought upon the earth. That destruction takes the form of destroying those things by which we use to divide and harm and cause injustice among ourselves. A couple years ago, when I was going through a particularly difficult time after my mom's death and the onset of anxiety and dealing with anxiety attacks, Many of you know Tom Syneath, and I was at he and Carol's house one evening, sharing some time of prayer and study together. And Tom just goes to a table and comes back and brings me this, which is, it's a book that Tom made of pictures that he's taken, and within it is Psalm 46:10, that verse that says, "Be still and know that I am God." And really, it's a remarkable way to pray that prayer, in that each page takes away of the word in it. See if I can get it going here. Sorry for the, see, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. And gradually you get all the way to the end to where it just says be. Just be still. Take stock of what's going on in your life. Be still. And so I want to pray that prayer with you. I know you can't see this because it's mirrored in my camera, but I want us to just take a moment. I'm going to give you the shot of my front yard again and all the noise of the birds and the squirrels and the new green life that you can see and hear, even the movement of a plane in the sky. We're going to take a moment to pause and to be still and know that God is who He says He is, and that God is our refuge, and that God is indeed at the work bringing injustices to an end, that God is going to shatter the spear and the tools that we use to make war upon each other. Let us pause. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. May we all pause today. May we take a moment to be still, to take stock of all the life around us. May we pause to acknowledge God, who is our refuge and our strength, who is help in times of trouble, who is the one who brings us peace and who offers us His infinite grace. Go in peace, dear friends. Amen.